to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and we are back with our live streams finally after a really long break. I hope you guys have been doing great. I was very sick for half of the summer. It was really rough. I thought it would never end. It was not COVID, but it was some kind of virus that turned into a bacterial infection, and it just took forever to get over. So, and I've been busy with my bunnies, with my work, so I'm so glad to be back. I hope you guys have, like I said, been doing wonderful. Now that our summer has wrapped up, now that we are in full swing into autumn and Libra season, tonight is the beautiful Aries full moon, guys, the hunter's moon. So this is going to be all about those moon sign readings for you all tonight. We're going to go Aries through Pisces, all 12 signs tonight. And we're going to get some basic energies, past, present, and future, about what is coming through for you guys. If you like this content, want to keep it going, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Share it with people that may enjoy it. It always helps get it out there a little bit more. So to start out, guys, let's take a peek at our astrology chart for the evening, for the full moon. That is where we are currently right now. Take a peek. We've got the sun right up here in the sign of Libra, right next to Venus. So I would say this is a very social time. We might not have very many people coming in on the live tonight because I think with that sun conjunct Venus in the sign of super social, partnership-oriented sign Libra, there's going to be a lot of people out on date nights, looking for friends, looking for love, hanging out with people, connecting, and that's a really normal thing to do during that energy. Mercury, thank goodness, last week came out of retrograde, yay, and it is in the sign of organized Virgo. So I think also people are in the mindset right now of being very organized, getting things together, focusing on their personal health and hygiene and habits, routines. You know, it's kind of funny. We always talk about spring cleaning, but I think we're going to have some fall cleaning with this Mercury in Virgo right now. You know, we also have Ceres over there with Virgo too. And Ceres is that, you know, it's that side, that cutting energy. And I think it's like people are really thinking about, I need to cut out any unhealthy habits. I need to get rid of the clutter. It's all of that kind of energy. So that's what we've got going on right now in our mind. There is our beautiful full moon right there. There's our moon sign in Aries tonight. And Jupiter is in Aries now, guys. You know, we are properly into that time. So it is going to be moving right ahead in that sign of Aries along with our moon. You know, to me, the moon in Aries is a really beautiful energy of new beginnings. New action, new growth, because Aries is our first sign of the zodiac. So even though the sun is in Libra, our 7th sign, our full moon tonight is in that sign of Aries, which is the first sign. So I really feel that that full moon brings some culminations of, you know, maybe you've been waiting around on something, maybe you've been dragging your feet, maybe things just haven't been in motion, but you feel very inspired to take action around something and get going on something with that Aries full moon. You know, this rest of the year, I will say, it's not the greatest energy, guys. You know, I'm very ambivalent about the way the rest of this year is going to go astrologically. Really getting up into January, because we're going to have a Mars retrograde happening, and that's going to carry us through the end of the year. We're still in a lot of retrogrades. Pluto just came out of retrograde this weekend, so wake up time for all the Scorpios and the Capricorns. This is the last stretch, guys. All my Capricorns, and I know I got a lot of them here. This is the last stretch of Pluto in the sign of Capricorn. It ends that cycle in March 2023. It's very, very big because Pluto has been in Capricorn since late 2007. Think about that. The last like 14 years or so, 14, 15 years-ish. And this is going to be wrapping up some really, really big stuff, y'all. Especially for my Capricorns, especially for my Scorpios. This is a huge, huge cycle coming to a conclusion. I think Capricorn is going to emerge as a lot more powerful after you've gone through tons of transformation, symbolic or actual death and dying in your life. It's a major, major shift for my Capricorns, and you really will be stepping into your power as this completes. You've been in your power for a long time now with Pluto and Capricorn, but it's harder to feel it when you're in it. Once it completes, it's a lot more manifest. And that's kind of the way Pluto energy works. It's slow power that builds over time. And so Capricorn, this is your power that is slowly built over time. And I think going into next year is going to be kind of a feeling of freedom for you guys, for us, because I'm a Capricorn too. And that's a really beautiful thing. I do feel like our energy will be split quite a bit for the rest of the year because Mars is in Gemini. It's going to go retrograde. Let me get the date on that. Grab my little pocket planner. I'm going to give you the actual date for that retrograde because it is an important one. Mars doesn't retrograde very often, like maybe once every 2 years. And, you know, when it does, we really do feel it. So yeah, it's going retrograde the day before Halloween. Right? Okay. So it goes, it goes retrograde the day before Halloween. And it's a long retrograde, y'all. You know, this Mars retrograde is going to last through the end of the year. And so not only to me does Mars in Gemini have a bit of a scattered energy because it's that dual nature. It's like, I want to do this, but I kind of want to do that. Mars in retrograde, it behaves, you know, a little more like Venus. It's a lot nicer. It's a lot more friendly, but it's also a lot less motivated, a lot less energetic. And that doesn't come out of retrograde until January 11th, 2023. And this is why I'm not super jazzed about the next 3 months about getting tons done, right? Hey, Marie. Oh, I'm so happy to see everybody. Nancy's here. Krista's here. Ocean Garnet. I saw Murray pop in. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all showing up and persevering with me. Like I said, I've been really sick. You know, all of August, most of September, I was not feeling well. I had some kind of viral crap. It wasn't COVID, thank goodness. I did a bunch of tests during it, but it never came up positive. It wasn't a flu. It was just a really nasty virus. A lot of people have been getting it, and it's very long lasting. It's like you think it's getting better, and then it kind of comes back, and you just fight it out with it. So thankfully, I got through it. Unfortunately, I think my sister's got it now, and it's just like, it's doing exactly the same thing to her it did to me. I'm like, oh man. Just rest. Don't fight it. Just sleep as much as you can. That's really the only thing I could do. Taking all the good medications and the tea and the soup and the vitamins and just, you know, give your body a nice big break. So anyway, you know, that's the energy. You know, we also have a Mercury retrograde at the very end of the year. You know, that's going to be our last one of the year that starts right before New Year's Eve. It's just not a great 3 months ahead for making a lot of huge plans. It's like, this is really, you know, anytime we're in retrograde energies, you know, with Mars, it's like, don't initiate or make a lot of big new plans. It's better to wrap old things up. You know, anything that you've said, you know, I've been meaning to get around to finishing that, and I just hadn't done it. That's the time to do it. But as far as like, you know, I would just honestly stay home. I wouldn't like make big travel plans. I wouldn't, you know, be trying to like, you know, seize the day too strongly there because, you know, a Mars retrograde for 3.5 months is like, oh yeah. The energy just isn't there, you know, so it's kind of like I don't push the river when the river doesn't want to be pushed. That's really the way I work it. So, you know, like I said, this full moon in Aries tonight, it really does bring us that burst of energy. And because we're not in the Mars retrograde until the end of this month, I would say especially the next 2 to 3 weeks, those are your best times to make any kind of big moves, initiate any kind of new plans because we're out of the Mercury retrograde, Pluto's going direct, and, you know, it's probably the best pocket of time that we're going to get. That's the best pocket of time because, you know, once we go into the end of the month, start that Mars retrograde through the end of the year, it's just going to feel a little sleepy. It's going to be a little bit hard to get that motor going. So let's get going, guys. Let's do our readings. I'm so excited to start reading again. I have done a few personal reads here and there, but I haven't done anything live or public since like, I don't know, July, y'all. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right, so Aries, we are going to start with you guys. I hope y'all are doing amazing. Aries, this is your big special full moon tonight. The light is shining on you. So let's see what we have got for our Aries folks. This is going to be our past, present, future readings. We know how these work. If you've been with me before, you know, the full moon energies last from about 30 days to 30 days or so, from full moon to full moon. And so we're going to take a look at what's been going on over the past month for y'all, the current energies that are coming in tonight with the Aries full moon, and the future, what's coming up over the next 30 days as we build up to the next full moon, the Taurus full moon. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, let's see what we have for our beautiful Aries on their fabulous full moon evening. Anything that they need to see, feel, and hear for their best good, please. Very nice. Ooh, I like to see this for you. And I do feel with this energy that that Taurus full moon that we're building up to is very good for you. So in the immediate past, the last 30 days from the last full moon, we have faith in your dreams, the waxing crescent moon. So Aries, I do feel like you've been initiating some things. It's also been a feeling of like, you know, I've had this dream and maybe it's been a while that I've been trying to manifest it. Hasn't been the easiest for me, but I'm not going to lose faith. I'm going to still nurture that. I'm getting that Taurus energy, but here's your energy clarifying that is action. And I do feel like a lot of my Aries folks have been taking action, maybe slowly but steadily, but definitely on, you know, some movement with that action card. That Aries energy is all about action. I act, I move, I get things going. And so you have been doing a lot. You've been very busy, Aries. Right in the center, what's coming in for you with the full moon energies tonight is prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. I really love this for you because it feels like a new start to financial security, resources getting better, whatever it is that you've been asking for greater prosperity or abundance in, you know, that is what you're kind of setting your intentions and your focus for. And that's a really good focus. The next 2 to 3 weeks, especially before that Mars retrograde hits, because y'all are going to feel it the most. You're ruled by Mars, Aries. So when that Mars retrograde goes, you're going to definitely feel it. You might feel like you're having to take 2, 3, or even more steps back. So get things done right now. The next 3 weeks, Mars goes retrograde on October 30th. And it goes direct not until the 11th of January. So it's a while. It's going to take a minute. You know, you might feel a little hibernating energy this winter for sure. Yes, there you go. See, it's like make hay while the sun shines because you've got the long night moon, the darkness. And I really feel that this is going to be indicating that Mars retrograde for you. It's like it's going to be a bit of a challenging winter ahead. I love my little bunny here. It doesn't mean things are, you know, completely going sideways. Not at all. That little bunny to me is a symbol of prosperity and abundance, but he's kind of like, I got to hang in here. I might got to hibernate a little bit during this winter season. So get it going, Aries. Get it going before that Mars retrograde in the winter really shows up. Into the immediate future, the next 30 days, you've got stepping out of your comfort zone, the North Node point. That is a lunar point in our astrology chart, the North Node, which really shows you where you're going in life. Where is your long-term, you know, mission, and where are you heading? So this is really telling you, you know, you may have these specific gifts that you don't always act on, but it's time to act on them, even if it's not what you're always used to, even if it feels like it makes you a little nervous, makes you a little scared. It's like, go ahead and do it. Step out of the thing that you always do. Get out of your ruts. That's a very good thing to do, especially, like I said, with the Mars retrograde. If it's something that you know you need to do, or maybe you started it and haven't finished it, that's the perfect thing to do. And it will bring growth. I mean, it's an interesting energy, Aries, because even though you've got that Mars retrograde going on, I still feel an energy of growth. So I don't feel that, in spite of the retrograde of Mars you're still going to be growing, you're still going to be moving, right? And it's kind of like you may not be able to see it on the surface, but the roots are moving. You're gaining more grounding. You're putting down more roots, and you don't always see that, you know, above surface, but internally you're doing that. And so I don't think that it's like I'm not ever going to tell you, you know, don't make moves, don't do things. But I think that the motion will be more hidden until you come out of that Mars retrograde. And then it'll be like, wow, I've made so much progress. I've gotten so much done. That's what I feel for you, Aries. So let's get into your tarot now. We're just going to use these to deepen these past, present, future messages of the lunar energies for you. Yes, look at that. You know, this is definitely where it feels, you know. In the immediate past, we've got that Hanged Man. So, you know, it's kind of like a stop and start energy. And I do feel that as you have progressed along your journey, there's been things that you've had to let go, things that you've kind of had to sacrifice in order to go to the next step. And it isn't always the most fun process. It's kind of like you're going, and then it's like, oh, if I want to keep going, I got to let this go. I got to drop that. Got to drop that baggage. Got to drop that weight. I can't fly higher if I'm being weighed down by something from my past. Yes, and this is a completion energy. It's like these are things that you know you've needed to put down for a while, but when you do it, it brings you a lot of success. It brings you a feeling of completion and clarity and closure. In the immediate present, what we're feeling tonight, what's coming in. Like I said, you know, this is a faster moving energy. The Eight of Wands. It's definitely time to take action, especially the next 3 weeks, Aries, from this full moon. Because the Eight of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It brings things in with great speed. You might be traveling the next couple weeks. You might be communicating more with someone the next couple weeks. You're going to feel that. Wow, these two both want to come in. Ooh! You may be putting some big things to rest here, Aries, the next 2-3 weeks. Look at that Three of Swords and that Tower. It may be time to put either an old relationship or an old friendship to rest and not let it bother you anymore, right? It might be something you're like, this has been like bothering me. It's been breaking my heart for a while. And you might have been avoiding it, but look at that Tower card. That's one of your power cards, by the way. It's ruled by Mars, your ruling planet. And so whenever I see that Tower, I don't think of the Tower as being a bad thing. I think this is something that has, you know, definitely worn out its welcome, and maybe you've been hanging on to it just, you know, out of habit or to avoid heartbreak, but it's really better to let it go. Your heart's breaking more by not turning it loose, right? You know, start from a clean slate. The Tower is all about action, movement, and taking the initiative to get it going before Spirit has to come along and knock the whole tower down for you. Going into the immediate future, we do have that Two of Swords sitting on top of the growth card and step out of comfort zone. You're going to have to make some choices for sure. That's some Libra energy there. You're going to be balancing a couple choices. This is telling you not to procrastinate too much. Go with the flow. Don't overthink it. I do feel like, you know, Aries, this next month, next 3 or 4 weeks, you're really facing down some things that maybe you've been procrastinating about, putting it on the back burner, haven't been looking at it, maybe in order to avoid either a heartbreak or a feeling of sadness, but it's making you more sad to hang on to it, so it's time to make a choice and just, you know, turn loose. Oh boy, look at that. Aries, Two of Swords clarified by Two of Swords. Absolutely. You got to take the blindfold off, babies, and make the decision, make the choice. Don't let it drag you down. You know, you've been fighting a hard battle, and it's like you've been really putting in a lot of energy into that. But as soon as you turn it loose, it's gonna feel a lot better. Once you come out of that place of indecision and waiting around to make that choice or to cut something loose or to change something big, it's gonna feel so much better. Let's get an affirmation for you, Aries. Let's see what you're manifesting. What are you ultimately bringing in during this beautiful full moon for you guys? There it is. It's that Taurus energy. I feel a lot of Taurus energy for you guys. You might be dealing with a Taurus. You might have Taurus in your chart, but overall, I just feel like there is this energy of abundance and greater prosperity coming forward. So last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. Aries, you've come a long way. You've got some things that you got, these hurdles that you got to get over. But once you do, I feel like you're going to feel so much more strong, stable, grounded, proud of yourself, stronger than ever. You're like, yes, I didn't know I could do it, but I did it. And now I feel even better than ever. Like it will give you a sense of confidence and self-worth that you haven't had in a little bit. So beautiful reading. I really like this one for y'all. All right, let's clear our deck here. Let's clear the table. I haven't done this for a minute. I feel it. I'm like, whoa. But it's super fun. It's like, oh my gosh, coming back into it. All right, we felt a good bit of Taurus energy in that Aries reading, so now we're going to move right on along to Taurus. Hey, oh, Daisy. And hey, Krista. We got both the Kristas in the house, y'all. We're all feeling the party is starting here now. All right, Taurus, let's see what we have got for you guys. This is going to be for this Aries full moon of 2022. This is a big one for all of us. It's the Hunter's moon. It's that first moon sign, right? Aries is the first sign. And so this is going to be all about what's coming through for y'all. And I think if you've been here with me before, you know how these work. I do a past, present, future lunar layout with the Oracle and Tarot. We're going to look at your past, which is the last 30 days since the last full moon, which would have been our Pisces full moon, a very spiritual full moon, by the way. And our present energies, what's coming through with the Aries full moon, and what's going into the future, the next 30 days or so till our next full moon, which will be in your sign, Taurus. Very nice. Dear angels, guardians, guides, let's see what we have for Taurus for this Aries full moon 2022, please. Anything Taurus needs to see. Yeah, see, there's that flip side. Yeah. I think a lot of us are going to need this advice as we go forward. So in the immediate past, Taurus, the last 30 days, there's that flip side energy of you, Scorpio new moon, working through old fears, working through old patterns and habits. You know, it's a very psychological moon sign, Scorpio is. So the last 30 days, you might have been really kind of pulling back the layers of the onion, really looking deeper within yourself. Any kind of therapy, counseling, or, you know, psychological work that you have done is very, very positive for you. That's where you're coming from. Ooh, yes. And I think in a lot of ways it's really cleared a space for you to kind of believe in miracles again. Expect the unexpected with that blue moon energy. And it may be as well as like something that you thought could never heal, you know, really did heal for you. And you're coming from that energy. It's very nice. Right in the present, this is what's coming through for you at the Aries full moon. We've got the Leo full moon here, another fire sign moon, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. You could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with your own pride, right? It's like if somebody kind of insults you or puts you down, don't let yourself get too hung up about it, right? Don't let that bother you too much. Instead, embrace the positives of Leo, which are loving with a full heart, expressing yourself through a creative outlet. Those are the most positive things. Loving on your kids if you have them. Loving on your pets if you have them. That's a big Leo energy too. Ah, that wolf moon, yes. I do kind of get this feeling like somebody might have really injured your pride or injured your sense of self or self-worth or kind of questioned you, and it's kind of making you feel a little bit sensitive about your confidence, your self-esteem, right? So I would say, you know, it's like you might feel kind of lonesome about it. You might feel kind of angry about it. You might be kind of yelling at the moon like, what the heck? You know, why is this happening? Why is this person questioning me? Why are they throwing that into the thing? So that's why it's saying, you know, don't let the pride get in your way. Don't let it injure you. You know, your self-worth is strong, right? Your self sufficiency is strong. You know, the wolf moon, the hunger moon, that cold moon, you know, that's the December full moon. You might be building up to something strong in December as well for that full moon. Going into the future, Taurus, we've got take time to breathe out, the disseminating moon. I think we're all going to have that, especially in the next 30 days. Mars is going to go retrograde. The energy is going to be feeling a little more tired. You need a break. You really do. You need some rest. You need some relaxation as you come off of the energy of this full moon. I would say that the Aries full moon is sensitive for Taurus because Aries rules your universal 12th house of Pisces. This full moon makes you feel a little more sensitive, makes you feel a little bit more vulnerable, right? And that's kind of what I'm sensing, is that somebody or something might have questioned your worth or questioned your confidence, and you're feeling a little bit shaken. So give yourself some time to yourself. Take time to breathe out. Take time to relax. That's what you're going to need over this next 30 days. Yeah, nourish yourself. Eat well. Oh my gosh, look at that clarifying. Yeah, definitely take good care of yourself. Do what you need to do to feel, you know, whole, complete, healthy. Eat good food. Get enough rest. Drink enough water. All of that. Let's get some tarot on this, please, for Taurus. Yeah. No, there's something very Leo in this present energy for you guys. You're either dealing with a Leo or you're dealing with some kind of like somebody who has sort of questioned your worth or you know, shaken your self-esteem a little bit here. Let's clarify these, please. All these pages, there's either youthful or immature energy around you right now, Taurus. So in the immediate past, there is this justice energy. You've been really wanting some fairness and balance. You may have really been wanting an apology from somebody too with this Page of Cups, like really hoping for that to bring about balance and to bring about, you know, fairness. You might feel like you've been treated unfairly by somebody. Also, on top of this, in the present energy, we had that Leo full moon, the hunger moon. There's the sun, which is a very, very happy card, but it is also the Leo energy. And so that's why I really get this feeling that somebody kind of immature, somebody that's not very nice, and, you know, and it's not even like they're trying to be mean, but I think it just comes out of their immaturity. There might be a bit of a gossip, right, with this little Page of Swords. They might have said something to someone behind your back or something like that that just really rubbed you the wrong way, really got you feeling a certain way about your self-esteem. But I really feel like you've got a bright energy here, Taurus, and sometimes that makes people jealous. You know, and sometimes they want to talk bad about you because of that. So don't listen to gossip. Don't listen to, you know, that kind of thing. It's not good for you. It's not going to help. Hold on one second. I think I got to sneeze. My allergies are horrible, guys. I've been dealing with so much of that. I apologize for that. But going into the immediate future, we have the Justice card again. I really feel like, you know, there's a lot of Libra energy around you. A lot of Libra and Leo. Those are the two that really come through. You know, and I feel like, you know, you want a new beginning that comes with fairness, balance, wrongs being righted. That's what I really get here, Taurus, is like you really want fairness, balance, equality, harmony, as above, so below. So you're really going to be taking some time to focus on that, but you need to treat yourself really well. Like this next month ahead, it's very important. Eat well, rest well, exercise when you feel the energy to do it. It's just take good care of you. Let's get a manifestation card on this. Please show us what Taurus is ultimately bringing forward from this full moon. Yes. is. Oh, first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. I'd also say believe in yourself. Because I do feel like your belief in yourself has been brought into question, or you might be questioning it. So not only is it, you know, because you might be feeling like, oh, I'm just never lucky, or, you know, like I just have bad luck. So this is really saying to shift that narrative and to believe in the good luck. Focus on the good things that have happened, not the negative things that have happened. And also, you know, don't give in to people that say nasty stuff about you. You know, if there's something valid about the things that, you know, they might be bringing to your attention, then that's one thing, right? If they're kind of saying, hey, Taurus, you know, I either need communication from you or I need something from you, you know, that's legit. But if they're just kind of beating you up for the sake of just beating you up, that's a different thing, right? If they're just beating you down to make themselves feel better. But if they're really kind of saying, hey, you know, you've been doing this and maybe it's not the best for you or the best for me, it might be injuring your pride a little bit initially, but it's important to look at it, right? You'll know the difference. You'll know the difference between constructive criticism and just negative, nasty stuff, right? That's the thing I'm feeling there. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into Gemini. Hope my Geminis are doing good out there. Love you guys, my little twin stars. This is going to be a reading for the full moon of 2022 in Aries. We're going to look at your past, present, future energies of the full moon. Those last about 30 days to 30 days. So we're going to take a peek and see what we have got for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us our beautiful Geminis. What have they got coming through for this full moon in Aries 2022, please? Wow. That's some beautiful energy, Aries. I'm really digging this. Okay, so we're starting out the immediate past, the last 30 days. We've got believe in the impossible with the blue moon. So I feel like the last 30 days, Gemini might have really brought you some amazing coincidences, which we know aren't really coincidences, some things that have happened that have really lifted your spirits, or just stuff that you didn't believe could ever come through or happen has been happening. And you're like, whoa, okay. I didn't know, like I didn't think I could believe in this, or I didn't think that that was possible, but it shows up as kind of that once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, and you're stepping into your power, or feel like you have stepped into greater power for yourself. There's that solid full moon energy coming from our Queen of the Moon as a clarifier, so I really feel like, you know, Gemini, you've had, you know, some energy of like remarkable things happening and stepping stronger into your own personal power, which is a great place to come from. Going into the present energies tonight of the Aries full moon coming through, you and your loved ones are safe. The new moon in Cancer. So Gemini, you may be feeling like very, very homebody right now, like sticking close to home and family, trusted friends, people that you really, really know that you can trust in and rely on with this card. It also reminds you that if your sense of security has been shaken or questioned at all, that, you know, you are indeed safe, you are protected, things are okay, you don't need to stress out. Let's get a clarifier, please. New moon in Cancer for Gemini. There it is. You know, there's that masculine lunar god, the divine masculine energy, which of course, you know, the Aries full moon is just pure divine masculine energy because it's a Mars ruled sign. It has that energy with it. So I really feel like this is a great card to come up for you with that Aries full moon coming in. To me, it's also encouraging you, no matter, you know, how you align, to embrace a little bit more of that masculine vibe for yourself, Gemini, to really be the protector, the leader, the one that kind of says, you know, we're going to do this, and you help guide people forward. Very encouraging, inspiring kind of energy. And look what we have going over the next 30 days. A fiery climax approaches, the full moon in Aries card coming through for you, Gemini. So I feel like this Aries full moon is very powerful. It's very positive for y'all. And I do feel like it's going to help you make some moves, take some action. Some things that you've been working on are finally coming together over this next month. Makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you've got a nice new beginning. You're really getting that divine masculine, you know, coming through on this read very nicely. And I love this card for you, for my Geminis, because that self-reflection, it really looks like the twins. You know, it really has that like element of your own sign. You know, it's like you're looking at the two sides of yourself. And Gemini, you are a dual sign. And so it's not wrong, you know, to balance yourself inside. You know, look how the two twins are shaking hands like, you know, let's work together. Let's not be at odds, you know. So don't be at odds with yourself moving forward. There are ways to satisfy both sides of your personality. I always say Gemini needs a little variety. So it's like, you know, if you do one job too much or you do one thing too much, it can really wear you out. So it's totally fine, Gemini, if you say, you know what, I really, really need to look at myself and say, what is it that makes me happy? What keeps me from feeling burned out? And do those things, you know, do those things. Let's get into some tarot messages for you, Gemini. We're just going to lay these on top to deepen these up, get a little more info for you. Yeah, this is a definite teamwork energy. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. Strong masculine vibes, though. You're really like, I really get this feeling, Gemini, you're stepping into your power. I think you already have for a lot of you. And I think it's just about exercising it now. That's what I'm really seeing and feeling here. These two both want to come out, and they are good. Yeah. All right, so in the immediate past, on top of that blue moon and that power card, we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. To me, these are absolute teamwork, reciprocal energy cards. Three of Pentacles is very much, you know, it's cheesy, but it's, you know, teamwork makes the dream work, right? It's like working together with others, because not only are you feeling this power for yourself, but you're empowering others to move forward as well. Six of Pentacles on top of that. Libra and Taurus energy, equal give and take, reciprocal energy. You might be saying, Gemini's going, well, how do I know if they're a good person to work with? You'll know. If you feel drained and worn out and miserable after you've been hanging out with them, those aren't the good people for you. If you feel supported, encouraged, and motivated and energized after you've talked to someone or hung out with them, that's how you know. That's how you know they're a good one for you. And I do feel like you are cutting away some old people or some old situations, some old associations here. I definitely get that. We've got for the present energy, on top of that Cancer new moon and the lunar god, we have King of Swords. Very strong air sign energy, strong Aquarius energy with this, but because you are an air sign, Gemini, I think to me it's like you are really, again, stepping into your power. And because it's that more masculine energy, it is about leadership. It is about, you know, spearheading something and really, you know, taking people to a good level. The Ten of Swords to me says you're cutting out old situations where you felt betrayed, let down, disappointed, and not treated right. Simple as that. And the Ten of Swords is an end of a cycle. So I feel like you're really ending a cycle of negativity. You've probably been feeling it for a while, but this energy, this full moon is really bringing it full circle. So in the end, in the next 30 days, on top of that full moon in Aries and the self-reflection card, we've got the Nine of Wands. That's why I feel like y'all have been fighting a hard battle. You're kind of defensive, like you're really protective. You don't want to just let any old person come into your life. You're like, okay, I got to be on my guard. I'm not letting that idiot back in, or some similar idiot back in. And you are in such a positive alignment, because clarifying that is the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. You're very focused on, you know, bringing your power forward. The Magician is one of your power cards, Gemini. It's a Mercury ruled card, so it's definitely one of your power cards. It's very much about new beginnings. It is the alchemy. It's you creating something fresh and new from scratch, from your own power. And then we've got that Wheel of Fortune, which is all about the wheel turning in your favor, things coming out of stagnation. This is a beautiful reading. It's really, really nice, Gemini. Let's get a manifestation card on this. What do you have that you are bringing forward from this whole process? Yes, be in your feelings because Gemini, you're a very mental sign, intellectual sign. You tend to overthink things a good bit. So this is saying to talk less and feel more. Last quarter moon in Pisces, use your intuition here in Gemini. That's how you're going to know the right kind of people for you to associate and align with. That's how you're going to know the next steps to take. That is beautiful. Loved this reading for you guys. This was very, very nice. All right. Stepping into Cancer time. And look at that. We're 12 and 12. 12 viewers, 12 likes. Y'all are awesome. That's beautiful right there. Love to see it. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, happy full moon. You guys are my moon children, so, you know, any full moon is special for you. This is the full moon in Aries, so it's new beginnings, new energy. It is a square to your sign, so it may feel a little bit tense. There might be a little bit of friction going on inside you, but don't stress. That will pass very quickly, and it will be good for you because it's going to really kind of spark you into action. That's what I feel with this one. So Cancer, let's get into it. Let's see what we have got for you. If you've been here with me before, you know how these work. I do a past, present, and future layout with the lunar oracle cards and the tarot. So you get a nice full message of what's going in the past, the last 30 days, last moon cycle, what's coming in now with the Aries full moon for you, and what will be manifesting over the next 30 days as we build up to our next full moon. Dear angels, divine beings of light, and ancestors, please let's see what we have for our beautiful Cancers for the full moon in Aries 2022. I kind of get the feeling, Cancer, that this last like 30 days or so has almost been like you've really been feeling that Mercury retrograde. Maybe more than others, you know, that's been a real thing for you this last 30 days. We have the void of course moon in your last 30 days. Last month cycle, nothing will come of the situation. Void of course moons are like mini Mercury retrogrades. They really are. Those are times when the moon is void of course, so it's not, you know, directly in a sign, right? It's kind of wobbling back and forth between them. And it's like Mercury retrograde. It's not, you know, we're missing the signal during those little pockets. And sometimes they can last for just a few minutes. Sometimes they can last for almost a whole day, those void of course moon cycles. And when we have those going on, you feel a little more tired, a little more, you know, and I feel like this past month, it's kind of saying, you know, things, you've kind of been treading water. You may feel frustrated a bit because you're like, I feel like I haven't made any progress this last month. Where's the time gone? You might feel a little bit that way. And I feel like, you know, you've been very vulnerable as well. Very, you know, really having your heart on your sleeve with the super moon of attraction, right? The super moon is definitely our emotions being a little bit more heightened, being more in our feelings. And so I wouldn't say that this has been wasted time. You might be feeling that way, like, oh, I didn't get a lot done. But really, I think you've been processing a lot of feelings. You've been really bringing some things up to the surface to be healed and cleared. So I don't think it's been wasted energy at all. Coming in with the Aries full moon tonight, we have meditate and contemplate the new moon in Pisces. We got, and you know, the last month cycle was the Pisces full moon. So Cancer, I do feel like, you know, and that's your own, it's a good energy for you. It's that water energy, water sign stuff. So it's very, very sensitive. You may have been feeling very sensitive, very vulnerable. You know, maybe your dreams have been very strong or prophetic or profound. This is telling you right now, Cancer, it's time to just chill. It's time to, you know, reflect. Don't push the river too hard. You know, we're dealing with so much retrograde energy. You know, some of our larger planets like Pluto have come out of retrograde, but we're still dealing with quite a bit. And at the end of this month, we also get a Mars retrograde. So it's like, don't fight the current here. I really get a go with the flow feeling for you, Cancer, on this one. Yeah, this is beautiful because I feel like, you know, the next full moon is this beaver moon, right? The Scorpio energy, the Taurus full moon, energy of creation. So meditate and contemplate what you would like to create, right? What would you like to transform? What would you like to plant? Because this is a planting moon. I don't care what anybody says. The Taurus full moon. Taurus is a very, very nice, fertile energy. It's a great time to kind of plant those seeds of intention. So I would say that's really something strongly coming through for you. It's not like big, bold, crash, boom energy, like I'm going to take action here. It's more like something's kind of marinating inside of you. It's like you're ruminating on, it's like, what is it that I'd really love to do? What is it I'd really like to create? Let's just kind of dream about that for a little bit. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days here for you, Cancer, we've got bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So we got a couple new moon energies that really means new beginnings, the start of a process. And so to me, this is like bringing more love, more kindness, more compassion toward yourself and others. Be nicer to yourself. If you've been beating up on yourself, Cancer, it's time to stop, right? It's time to stop. It's time to give yourself a lot more love, a lot more grace, a lot more forgiveness for anything that you feel like you haven't done the best. Acceptance, right? Acceptance of yourself, acceptance of others. And I'd also say this is being willing to accept help from all sorts of, you know, sources and places, right? This is about being willing to accept help that's offered or given. Because Cancer, you know, you're a cardinal sign. You do have that tendency to want to be really self-sufficient, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, Aquarius energy like that is really about that too, that independence, but it's saying, you know, it's like if somebody really wants to help you, let them. Let's get some tarot on this. Let's deepen these messages for you, Cancer. I feel like y'all had a really tough cycle. You know, this last 30 days has not been easy for you guys. It has not been easy. I feel like, you know, not only have you been feeling more vulnerable and feeling like you just didn't have a whole lot of personal direction going on, but I also feel like you might have made some choices to kind of let someone or something go. I just am getting that feeling quite a bit. There might have been someone or something that really wasn't being very nice to you, because the Five of Swords to me is just, it's one of my least favorite cards in the tarot, because it really shows those kind of people that win at all cost. They can be kind of narcissistic, or maybe they just make bad choices and they take other people down with them on the way. And I really feel, you know, even though that all sucks and that process is really crappy, the Queen of Wands is clarifying that, and that's my Leo Queen. That's about your self-confidence. That's about your personal strength. And so I feel like, you know, ultimately whatever happened with this, it really made you emerge as a stronger person. Even though you may not be feeling that so much at this very moment, you're going, ugh, but it was so icky, and it made me hurt, and it made me cry, and it made me feel like crap. It made me feel like I'd wasted my time on someone or something. But ultimately, it was a big lesson that you needed to learn for some reason. And I think a big reason is to embrace your own personal power and magic, to remember to feel good about yourself, to step yourself up to feeling empowered. Look what we have on top of this beautiful present energy. The energy is really shifting with this Aries full moon for you, my Cancers. It really is, because we had that meditate and contemplate, think about what you want to create, and look at that, we've got the ultimate creator right there, the Empress card. She's all about fertility and growing something and birthing something creative and beautiful into the world. Beautiful Venus energy, Taurus and Libra. So really, you know, this could be birthing anything. I feel like it's a creative project for you, Cancer, something that you've really been wanting to do for a while, something beautiful that you want to make. Could be a relationship, you know, could be a child, could be a pet, but I really, really strongly feel that it's mostly creative, because look at that Eight of Pentacles. This is you, you know, saying, I got the dream, I got the inspiration, I know what I want to make, and you're sitting there actually making it. You know, Eight of Pentacles is like bringing it into birth, bringing it into the world, and saying, you know, I'm going to do my very best. I'm going to do really good work on this. I'm going to take my time, and it's going to be awesome when I get it done. Look what we have in the future here. the next 30 days. This is great. This is really a lot of changing, turning the tide for you, Cancer, is what I get the feeling. We got the King of Wands. We had the Queen of Wands. Now we got the King of Wands. And I also got to point out that on the bottom of the Rider-Waite, we got the Queen of Wands again. So I'm just pointing out, this is a lot of King and Queen of Wands energy. And I just feel like not only is this a power couple, you could be in a really good relationship or coming into one. That's a possibility. But what I feel even stronger is that you're coming into your own self-confidence, your self-worth. You're not allowing people to talk down to you or put you down or make you feel bad about things. We also have the Knight of Swords. So you might be really feeling that fast-moving energy. You've got a lot to say, a lot to do, and you really want to do it. The next 3 weeks are really good for that, Cancer. They're really good for that. And they're important for that because honestly, you know, once we hit that Mars retrograde at the end of the month, the energy is going to be a lot more difficult to get things going. You know, the last couple months of this year, I'm not crazy about them simply because we really do have a lot of that backward motion with Mars. So the next 3 weeks is really kind of the power time to get things going. After that, it's going to be a little bit more like, you know, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Let's get a manifestation card on this for you. What is Cancer bringing forth for this full moon? What's the ultimate manifestation for them, please? There you go. Yes, because you really are all up in your feelings here, Cancer, which is normal for you. I mean, you're a very sensitive feeling sign. But this is saying, you know, look at that. We've even got the full moon in Aries for the full moon in Aries evening. So I really feel like that doubles up the strength of this message, was just to cool your emotions. Calm down that energy. Don't let every little thing trigger those emotions and feelings. That's a really, whew, that's awesome. Powerful messages for you guys. Really like it. All right. Next up is our Leos. Leo in the house. Oh my goodness. Let's spray a little bit of Florida water here. Let's clear it out for Leo. All right, make way for the King and Queen. Happy full moon in Aries, Leo. This is the full moon that is in a fire sign, fellow to you. So this should be a good, empowering full moon, in my opinion, for you all. Leo, this is going to be all about your past, present, future energies that are coming through with this particular full moon. If you've been here with me before, you know how these work. I do the last 30 days since the last full moon. Present energies coming through with the full moon in Aries tonight, and the next 30 days as we build up to the next full moon. Hey Marie, I got a Leo here. Love my Leos. I do. They're so fabulous. I've been meeting a lot of Leos lately. I don't know what that is, but I've been making more Leo friends lately. I think I need the sunshine because they do bring that. They really do. And us grumpy Capricorns, we need a little Leo sunshine in our lives, really do. All right. Dear angels, divine beings of light, ancestors, guardians, let's see what we have for our beautiful Leos for this full moon in Aries 2022. Anything they need to see and hear for their highest and best. Yes, Leo, you're already in here. You're already in here. The last 30 days, we do have the full moon energy of Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. This is a strong card because, you know, Leo can get its feelings hurt really easily. And I always say there's a difference between healthy self-pride and negative pride, right? There's a difference. And so, Leo, this is really reminding you the last 30 days, there might have been some things where you kind of got your hackles up or you kind of got your feelings hurt. But it's kind of saying, you know, remember what is really your true worth, your true self, and let any negative ego responses go, right? That's funny, Justin. Me too, because my rising is Aquarius, so Leo is in my descendant. And I think that's a big reason I do attract a lot of Leos, because it rules my relationship house. Leo and Virgo, both in my relationship house. I do get a lot of them. I definitely do. And they're good for me. I like them. Let's get a clarifier, please, on these cards for Leo. Let's see what we have. Yes, acceptance. So Leo, yeah, sometimes not everyone is going to be on your side. Not everyone is going to see your worth. That's okay, right? You know, let them go. It's okay. And, you know, it's really kind of saying, accept people as they are, even if they're kind of a mess. Accept your energy as it is. Don't tap into the negative ego. Instead, tap into your healthy self-pride. I always say acceptance is kind of like let people help you if they need to, if you need some help. Don't be too stubborn about it. That might be part of the pride thing. The last 30 days, you know, the last month, there might have been somebody or something's like, let me help you, Leo. And you're like, no, you know, and it's that pride thing. Like, I can do it myself. But sometimes it's good to allow people to come in and help you too. What is that leaf? A leaf is tickling me from the back there. Present energy of the full moon in Aries tonight is the void of course moon. Nothing will come in the situation. So I would say if you've been feeling kind of stressed, if you've been feeling, you know, under the weather, don't worry about it too much. It's not gonna get nasty. It's not gonna be bad. And it's also a reminder to relax. I would also say that because void of course moons are always a pocket of energy where you really just want to take it easy. Don't push things too hard. So right now, in this Aries full moon energy, Leo, it's time to just be good to yourself, relax, don't push things because new beginnings are in the works. Look at that. We have the new moon, new beginnings. So, you know, I would also say in the next 2 weeks when we hit the new moon energy, you might feel a whole lot better. Like it might really wake you up and kind of go, yes, we're moving through this portal. So even if you don't feel like a whole lot is moving forward right now, don't stress about it, Leo. It really is. There really is some good stuff that's being, you know, moved on, worked through. Going over the next 30 days as we build up to the next full moon, we also have the full moon in Aries. This is the energy of tonight. So I really do feel that even if it's a little slower, a little sleepy in its beginning, things are going to heat up. Things are going to move. They're not going to stay stagnant and stuck. Let's get into a clarifier for that as well. Yes, and look at that. Yes, we've got our Harvest Moon card on top of that. So, you know, we have fiery climax approaches, right? Something coming to fruition, something coming full circle. And then we literally have the fruition card with the Harvest Moon. So I would say over the next 30 days, Leo, something is in the works. Something is coming to completion, fruition, a very satisfactory completion cycle. That is very, very nice. Let's get some tarot on top of this and deepen these messages for you. Oh, wow. I love this energy here. I love it. Okay. Slow but steady wins the race. That's, you know, what we're really feeling this last 30 days. There's some things that have been learned. There's some things that you're starting to move on with this Knight of Pentacles. That's some strong Virgo energy. So anything that you've been doing to kind of plan, organize, clear the clutter. Many times Knight of Pentacles to me means going forward for either money, a job. Sometimes it can indicate a move for those things. But to me, mostly it's like, this is you know, really starting a good journey and being ready and prepared for it, right? Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but he's also the knight that has the greatest chance of success because he prepares well. He doesn't just go off without making sure he's got his snacks, his provisions, make sure his horse is well rested and fed, all of that. Those other signs, you know, they don't always do that. Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Swords. So I do feel that, you know, there has been some stress, right? You know, there has been some worry. There has been some anxiety. And that's a Virgo card too, you know, with that Knight of Pentacles. So I do feel, you know, Nine of Swords is definitely some of that stress, some of the anxiety. You might have been kind of up late going, have I done everything? Have I, you know, checked off my checklist? Did I miss anything? That's a feeling I get. That's a feeling I get. Some stress about it. But look at what's coming up tonight. Look at that, what's coming in with this Aries full moon. Four of Wands. Look at the two portals here. I really feel like you're stepping through some kind of a portal. Some kind of a new doorway is being opened up here. It's like you're letting go of something that has been either slow moving, kind of difficult, kind of challenging, and you're moving through to something beautiful and new. Happy homecomings, happy, you know, openings. Sometimes it almost feels like an obstacle or a closed door, you know, that's been closed for a while, but it finally opens up. And it's like, oh, it feels so good to just finally move through to a better stage of life. Wow, you can't get nicer on this, Leo. Clarified by the Star card, hope, faith, dreams being restored, hope being renewed. Beautiful. And you know, Leo, you are the star, in my opinion. I mean, the star is an Aquarius card, but the sun is a star, and Leo is ruled by the sun. So that's what makes y'all got that superstar quality. But I really feel like that's super positive. Whatever's coming through that portal for you, Leo, it's very, very nice. It's going to make you feel a whole lot better. And look at that going into the future. I feel like, you know, a lot of these worries about, you know, being prepared or being ready are going to be laid to rest over the next 30 days because as we've got the fruition, we've got this climax, this completion coming through. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, another strong Virgo energy card. You know, we will be going into Virgo season, you know, at the end of this month. No, not Virgo season. We were in Virgo season. Going into Scorpio time. The Scorpio time has also got a little of that energy. But Nine of Pentacles, that's to me, you know, feeling self-sufficient, feeling like the efforts that you've made have really paid off. That's a great card. It just feels like the harvest is coming in. Good grief. I can't, this is like one of the nicest reads, Leo. I feel like you're leaving a lot of worries, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of doubts and anxieties behind. And look what's coming in the future. The Nine, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. This is just beautiful completions. Probably something financial, something you've been planning on for a while. Look at what's on the bottom. There's a lot of emotional movement going on with the King of Cups and Six of Swords. You know, you're really making some big decisions to move away from negative drama. You know, difficult times, going towards more peaceful times. This Aries full moon is really opening up a doorway for you, Leo. That's the big thing that I'm taking away from this. And it's a doorway to greater abundance and happier times and more stability. Let's get a manifestation card for our lovely Leos. Let's see what they are bringing forth, the overall energy here. Wow, push through any insecurity. And I do feel that. I do feel that for you guys. You know, it's kind of like any of those old insecurities or those worries that you can't do it or you're not good enough. That is really saying, you know, put those to the side. Don't let them get you down. Don't let them worry you. Yeah, first quarter moon in Cancer. You're dealing with those subconscious emotions, those driving forces. And it's really saying, you know, the insecurities, don't let that negative voice, you know, override you. What a great read. Whew. This is a good one, Leo. Very nice. You're emerging so strong. I love it when you can see like the progression going in that really positive direction. It's so nice. Starts out more challenging, but ends up really, really good. That's how it feels over this next month's cycle. Friend of 11 years passed from severe stroke. I'm so sorry, Marie. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's been a lot of just wild stuff like that lately. I think we had a family friend like last month. My mom said just suddenly passed. It was yeah, we've definitely had some news of longtime friends passing as well. Very old friend of the family that we had. Actually, he had had a major stroke, and that's sort of what, you know, was taking him down, and we just found out that he did pass away. So yeah, it's been a thing. It's been a thing for sure. I know that. Yeah. All right, my Virgos. I hope you're doing good. This is your reading for the full moon in Aries 2022. And we're going to just jump in and see what kind of messages are coming through for you with this full moon. If you've been with me before, you know that I do a past, present, future layout with the lunar oracle cards and the tarot to get all of your messages here. So let's see what we have for Virgo. Dear guardians, angels, guides, divine beings of light, please show us what you have for our beautiful Virgos. Anything that they need to see for their highest and best good, please. Ooh, nice. Okay. Take it easy, Virgo. Don't be too hard on yourself right now. That's what I'm really getting. The last 30 days, new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So I do feel like you've had a lot of plans, a lot of ideas and goals for the future. There really has been that energy. It's fellow earth sign, so I do feel like you've kind of been maybe planting the seeds of intention, you know, sort of saying, you know, I'm going to make my list. This is what I want to get done. This is what I feel will bring me abundance and prosperity. Let's clarify that card for you. Yes, you have been. Absolutely. And look at that. The creation energy, the Beaver full moon, which is, you know, the full moon in Taurus. And that's the one that happens during Scorpio season. And actually, that's what our full moon will be next month. So you absolutely have been thinking about what you want to create, what you want to work on, what you want to transform. Oh my goodness. Very, very strong balancing energy as well. Both of those signs are very good for you. Taurus and Scorpio are very positive alignments for Virgo. Into the present energy, the Aries full moon tonight, we have step out of your comfort zone with the North Node. So some of these plans, some of these goals will require that you try something you haven't tried before, even if it's something you say, you know, I've wanted to do this my whole life, but I'm a little bit scared to, right? That's exactly where you need to go. That's exactly what you need to do. Because the North Node is a point in our astrology chart. It's based on the lunar points. And it really shows us where we're going in life. The long term, right? The long term goals. They're not things that we figure out overnight. This is like the long term mission. Why are we here? What are we here to accomplish? What are we here to experience? And so this is really saying, you know, it might require you to do something you haven't done before, but it's very important for you to do it, to complete those contracts. And look at this, the new moon, the new beginnings on top of that. So just like Leo's reading, you know, they had this same card in the same position. There's a portal energy opening up for you, Virgo. There really, really is. There's some doors that, you know, might have been closed before that are opening up. And yes, it does require you to try some things that are new, try some things that are a little different, that maybe aren't your usual, but that's totally okay. If it scares you a little bit or makes you just a little nervous, it's probably a good thing for you. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days, building up to our next full moon, we have the new moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. That's why I said, you know, you need to relax a little bit, Virgo, over this next month's time. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't beat up on yourself too much. This is the opposite energy to you, right? It's the Virgo Pisces is the polarity. So it's really encouraging you, instead of overthinking, over worrying, over analyzing, instead feel more with your intuition, put that, you know, thinking mind down, and pay attention to how you feel in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, what's directing you that way. Let's get a clarifier on this one. Yes. And attract what you really feel strongly about with that supermoon. That's a very emotional card as well. That really is like wearing your heart on your sleeve. So I would definitely say that with this combination of cards over the next 30 days, be very gentle with yourself, because I do feel like you will be more sensitive, more prone to your emotions. and those emotions will be closer to the surface for you. So listen to them. Don't beat yourself up for having the feelings, because they're going to be there. Let's get some tarot on this and deepen these messages for you, Virgo. Yeah, definitely new beginnings, new thoughts of prosperity, building something new. You might have a partner or friends that are helping you to work on this. I would say whatever it is that you've been kind of percolating on or ruminating about that you want to create, I wouldn't go it alone if you don't have to, Virgo. If you've got some good people that, you know, have the same mission or the same objectives, that would be a great thing for you. King of Wands, yeah, but I do feel like you're kind of the leader here. Like, you are the leader. You are the one kind of saying, here's what I want. Can you help me with this, right? Because it's some Aries energy. It's definitely about you taking charge and going where you want to go, being very determined, very feisty about what you want to see come through. Yeah, you got a lot of king energy here already. You got the King of Pentacles on the present energy of what's coming in. So there's some more good Taurus energy. Really got that nice earthy vibe coming through. So I do feel that whatever, you know, your life's path is leading you towards, whatever that new portal is, King of Pentacles, that Taurus vibe, it's really putting down those roots. And of course, King of Pentacles to me always reminds us to work and play in equal measure, because he doesn't only work hard for his money, he also knows when and how to enjoy it. He's not just stuck, you know, on a hamster wheel of work. He definitely knows how to relax and let it go. And you might have to be a little bit protective of that. You know, you might feel a little defensive of it with the Seven of Wands. It's like, no, I'm going to protect what I'm creating, and I'm going to protect my energy here. And if anybody, you know, is kind of trying to undermine that, I'm not going to let them, right? Pick your battles wisely as well. You don't have to fight every battle that comes up. Going into the immediate future, we do have the Page of Wands. So again, you know, new beginnings, new growth, new birth, new joy, more fun. You know, that's what I always feel with the Page of Wands. It's like it's a message for you, Virgo, that it's like if you've been really taking everything so serious, so heavy, it is time to loosen up. It is time to have a little bit more fun and introduce more joy into your life. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah, focus on your wishes. Focus on what it is that's going to make you the happiest. It's like, what good is it if it's not going to make you happy at all? That's a feeling of, yeah, this is a nice read. Let's get into a manifestation card for you, Virgo. An overall sentiment of what you are bringing through with this Aries full moon. Keep your heart open. That's exactly it. You know, keep those emotions flowing and open. First quarter moon in Libra energy. So to me, it's also, again, you know, allowing people to help you, good partnerships, good relationships, good friendships, good working relationships. You know, Libra is all those one-on-one partnerships, no matter what they may be. Yeah, very nice. Really excited about these reads, y'all. They feel good. And we're going into one of my very favorite signs, I must admit, is Libra. I have so many great Libra friends. They're just so fabulous. So I always get very excited about my Libras. All right, my darling Libras. This is a special full moon for you, Libra, because it is the Aries full moon, and it is that opposite balancing energy of you, right? Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate you, honey. Good to see you. So Libra, yeah, that Aries full moon is very important because it is, you know, your polarity. When the sun is in Libra, the full moon is in Aries. So this is really kind of shining a light on the subconscious side of your soul, of your intentions, of your needs, desires, and wants. So we're going to jump into that. We're going to look and see what your messages are. If you've been here with me before, you know how these work. I do a kind of like a past, so we look Look at the last 30-day cycle or so from when the last full moon was with us, the present energy of what's coming in with tonight's full moon, and the future, what's coming in the next 30 days building up to the next full moon. So dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what you have for our beautiful Libras. Anything they need to see or feel for their highest and best good, please. We've got a lot of this void moon energy in these reads tonight. This card has been getting a lot of play. The past 30 days, nothing will come of the situation. Void, of course, moon. And I really feel that a lot of why this is coming up is because we were in a Mercury retrograde most of last month, right? And that definitely will make you feel like, you know, things haven't been moving, haven't been making a ton of progress, or even if I have, it hasn't been as much as I wanted it to be, you know, so don't stress. Don't stress about that. You know, that's what I feel when that comes up. It's like, don't beat yourself up just because you feel like things have been a little sluggish or a little slow. We've all been feeling it. Let's get a, and you know that Mercury retrograde was mostly in Libra, so you would have been feeling it even more than the other signs, Libra. Oh my goodness. Got two. Want to come up with that one. So, you know, ultimately, I do feel that even if you feel like it was a sluggish month, there was a lot of abundance. There were some really good things that did happen. And it's also time to just let that worry go. Don't worry about it. You know, if you didn't get everything you wanted to do this month, this past month, it's okay. Just go ahead and release that. Keep what's good and leave the rest, as we always say, right? Into the present energy, Leo full moon. Into this full moon in Aries night. This card's been getting a lot of play too tonight. A lot of our signs have been having this card come up of not letting pride get in their way, right? There's a difference between healthy self-pride and negative ego here. So, you know, if somebody has maybe questioned your self-worth or questioned something about you and you're feeling some sort of way about it, this is really reminding you, it's like that may just be your ego coming up. It's going, you know, and that kind of thing is never going to, you know, affect your true self-worth, right? Your sense of self-confidence. And that's important. Also, it's saying, you know, Libra, if people want to help you, if people want to do something nice for you, don't be too proud. Don't be like, oh, I can't take help. I can't do that because, no. No, let the pride go. Let people help you. Let them be there for you. Let them connect with you. Libra is a big partnership sign, but they're also a cardinal sign. So they really do like to do for themselves. They really do. On top of this, we've got the long night's moon, that darkness. I also feel for you guys that you may be feeling a little lonely, you know, just a little lonesome. And Libras hate to feel lonesome because, again, they are that partnership sign. But I also get, yet again, a little message of abundance here with our little bunny rabbit here. So even though you might feel a little lonely, even though you might feel this long, dark night of the soul a little bit, don't worry. The abundance is growing. It's going to be okay. Just be good to yourself. Be good to yourself and don't let your ego, don't let the pride get in the way. Going into the future, I do feel, Libra, you have had a tough cycle. There has been a lot of cardinal energies have been pushing and pulling on you. And so this is kind of saying, you know, full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Because it's Capricorn energy, you might also be feeling like there's something that you've worked very hard at and you're finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here over this next 30 days as we build up to the next full moon. Let's get a clarifier on this, please, for Libra. Yeah, and some of it is just you needing to step into that masculine energy, that divine masculine, no matter how you align, of just taking charge, right? You know, being the leadership sign that you are meant to be. You know, really exercising your power to say, this is what I want. I'm going to determine this. I'm going to be the leader. I'm going to be the person that inspires everyone. Very good. Let's get into some tarot to deepen these messages for you, Libra. Yes, calming that roaring little lion inside. I know. In the immediate past, we've got that Strength card coming up here. Yeah, so I do feel like you've been doing some deep inner soul work. It's also a very strong Leo energy card. So, you know, that roaring lion can sometimes be those emotions, challenges, you know, all the feelings that we deal with being in this human body. And it's really about your spirit overcoming that. You know, lion might go, oh, I had my feelings hurt. Oh, this happened. Oh, I'm upset about it. You know, and our spirit has to intervene and kind of go, it's going to be okay, hon. It's not the end of the world. You're going to be all right. And I do feel like you've been actively working through that. You've been growing a lot from the inside out here, Libra, with this Eight of Pentacles. You're really focusing on doing good work inside and out, right? And kind of getting those ego, you know, responses in check. You've really been doing that. And look at this Ace of Pentacles right in the center with the Aries full moon coming through. Like I said, you know, you might feel like you're in a long dark night or kind of going through a patch of time that's challenging, but there's abundance growing under the surface. That's really how I feel. And that is an abundance card. Very strongly. That's like a gift from spirit coming through for you. Let's get a clarifier on Ace of Pentacles, please. The moon. It's all under the surface. It's all happening in the subconscious, in an area that you can't exactly see, but it's happening. It's growing. Libra, hang in there. That's a beautiful, beautiful read. It's kind of like telling you the abundance, the prosperity, the good things, they are growing. They are working. Just hang on there, Libra. Going into the future, look what we've got, the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like there is a lot of abundance here on the way. We've got the 8, the Ace, and the Nine of Pentacles all coming through. So I do feel like there's going to be some kind of success. Could be in that financial or, you know, professional level of your life, but it's very nice. It's very nice energy. For a lot of you too, it's like you might have been working at a job or working at something that's just been very challenging. And it may be a long time because, you know, Capricorn energy is like long time stuff. It's like perseverance, slow and steady. It's been forever. But something's changing. And it has a lot to do with your own, you know, your own leadership abilities coming to the surface. Your own ability to say, I want something better. This is great, you know, and who had this? Leo had this, right? They had the exact same thing, the 9 and the 10 in their future outcomes. So Libra, you might have some Leo in your chart. If you do, this is an even stronger reading. You might have a Leo in your life. It makes it even stronger. But this is a beautiful reading for abundance, financial support. The 8, the 9, the 10, and the Ace of Pentacles all coming through for you. Look at that on the bottom, the 6 of Wands. Big success. My goodness. 6 of Swords, leaving behind stress, letting go of drama and negative situations. This is a great reading for Libra. My goodness. Very, very nice. Good, successful outcomes, even if it feels a little sleepy or slow to get started. Let's get a manifestation card for you. What is the main message here from this time for Libra? Yes, okay. You had that full moon Capricorn in the future. You got last quarter moon in Capricorn for your message is leave the past behind. Libra, anything that is not meant to be yours, if it's going out of the way of your life, just let it go. Keep on walking. Don't look back. If it's not serving you, if it's not healthy for you, then it's time to release it. Woo! Very nice read. I really like that. I'm looking forward to seeing my Libras come into better stuff. They deserve it. They really do. All right, guys. Let's see. We got, yeah, all these straight. We've got Scorpio coming up. Scorpio is my little powerhouse. Aries full moon is special for Scorpio too, because, you know, in the old days, before the discovery of Pluto, Scorpio was ruled by Mars as well. You know, Aries and Scorpio were both ruled by Mars in the old days. So Scorpio and Aries do share a little bit of similar energy. They do. They have a little bit in common. They both have that powerful dynamic, right? They both have that fire. Scorpio is a little bit more inner fire, whereas Aries is more outer fire, but they definitely both have the fire. So Scorpio, this is going to be your full moon in Aries 2022 reading. We're going to look at past, present, and future energies with the lunar oracle and the tarot, and we're going to see what is coming up for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, let's see what we have for our beautiful Scorpios. Anything they need to see and hear for their best good on and around these full moon cycles, please. Wow, yeah. Nice. Wow, okay, we got a lot going on here. We do. Scorpio, in the immediate past, the last 30 days, a new start is coming with the new moon energy, just the pure new moon energy too. So this really feels like such a, you know, it's like the blank slate. It's like, what do you want to create? What do you want to draw on that chalkboard? What do you want to bring out of that new energy? Very, very good. Let's get a clarifier on this one. And lots of changes. Wow, this last 30 days, new beginnings and lots of changes going on with that Thunder Moon card, right? And you know, the Thunder Moon, that is going to be our full moon of July. So these changes might have really started happening in the month of July. And maybe they really culminated last month, you know, over the course of the last 30 days or so. You've really been feeling a lot of shift. And, you know, sometimes that can feel like that Tower card, right? It's a lot of movement. It's a lot of stuff shaking and rocking and rolling. And sometimes that can be a little stressful, a little uncomfortable. But overall, I do feel it is for a good reason because we have that beautiful new moon. Right in the center, what's coming through tonight in the present energy of the Aries moon is the fixed moon card. Hold your vision. So you are a fixed sign, Scorpio. You know, fixed signs can be famously stubborn, famously stuck in their ways. Once they make up their mind, they don't really want to change it. And so this is kind of saying, you know, stay the course. Whatever that vision is, whatever that outcome is that you're really desiring for yourself, just stay true to it. Let's get a clarifier on this for you. Self-love. I love it. Yeah. So if you've really been maybe struggling a little bit off and on, Scorpio, to just show yourself more love, more kindness, more self-care, more compassion towards yourself, this is a beautiful time for that to come in. And I will say, you know, the Aries full moon, Aries energy is a great time for that because to me, you know, Aries is about self-affirmation and self-love. It's the sign of your identity, of who you are, versus, you know, the Libra opposition, which is about who the other is, right? So Aries energy, you know, one of the best things that it does is it encourages healthy self-love, healthy self-appreciation, and that's a great time for it, Scorpio. Really feel like this is you just saying, you know what, I'm going to do right by myself no matter what. And that's a great feeling. Going into the immediate future, the next 30 days, building up to the next full moon, which will happen when the sun is in your sign. Waning moon, what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? What's weighing you down that just can't accompany you on this next stage of your journey? This is the time to look at that and let it go, Scorpio. And the hot moon of extremes, okay? Scorpio, you are, in my opinion, the most extreme sign, right? Scorpio is very black and white. Love it, hate it, do it all the way or don't do it at all kind of thing. And so I would say, you know, to watch out for those extremes. You may not want to throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing here because you might say, yes, it's time to just let everything go, and then you let too much go and you're like, oh crap. So balance that. Balance it while you're letting things go. Don't throw every single thing out because then you'll have no furniture, you'll have nothing to sit on, right? So don't throw all of it out, but the things that need to go, very obviously, that's what you want to release. Let's get into your tarot. We're going to deepen these messages up for you here, Scorpio. Oh, yeah. What I'm feeling for you here is that what you've been releasing, or what's been changing, what's really been shaking for you, Scorpio, is kind of like not putting up with less than you deserve. Because the Four of Cups is like, I'm holding out for something that just isn't coming to, you know, fruition. I might be holding out for someone that, you know, I keep hoping it's going to work, but it just keeps not working. Or they're not giving me what I really deserve, or they're not coming through the way I'd hoped. And I feel like you're really kind of, yeah, instead of doing that, it's time to really get out there, you know, and I hope that's what you've been doing over the last month. If you haven't been, it's time to do it for sure now. Yeah. I feel like, you know, but for a lot of you, you've already done that. You've already said, you know what, I'm done sitting here being bummed out, waiting around for somebody or something that's not doing it for me. You made the choice to get up, go have some fun, hang out with your friends. So beautiful. Forgive yourself, Scorpio, on this Aries full moon night. I tell you, you know, Page of Cups is really saying, love yourself, forgive yourself. You know, anything that you might have, you know, messed up on, or someone else messed up on, and you feel bad about it, forgive yourself, forgive them, let it go, be kind to you. If an apology, you know, towards them would help, yeah, go ahead and do it, right? Or vice versa, if an apology from them would help, you know, maybe just to let them know, it's like, I don't think you're sorry about this, right? And until you are, I can't engage with that. Let's clarify that Page of Cups. Yeah, it's definitely something from the past, something you've been ruminating on, because to me, Six of Cups does deal a lot with memories of the past, nostalgia, feelings. Sometimes it's a family issue or something rooted in deep childhood that, you know, has created a situation that you're dealing with now. That if there's someone you feel like you want to apologize to, just do it, right? Just do it. Worst thing that can happen is you don't hear anything back. Likewise, forgive yourself, forgive your younger self, heal your younger self. And, you know, if it's an apology that you need from someone else and you just don't think you might be getting it, it's time to kind of give yourself that inner peace and just say, I'll give myself that closure. I'll give myself that inner peace. That's beautiful energy of really like self-love, self-assurance. On top of this, in the immediate future, about, you know, letting things go, releasing the past. Two of Wands is on top of that there, Scorpio, so I really do feel that this is opening up a new doorway for you. You're definitely clearing some things of the past over this next 30 days, because there's new energy coming through, new journeys ahead, and you can't take all of that burden with you along for the ride. Yeah, it's definitely, sometimes when I see the Hangman, you know, it's like I just feel like someone's turning you upside down and shaking all the junk out of your pockets. It's like, you don't need that. This is a sacrifice card. You're definitely releasing something here, Scorpio. You really are. You're really letting something go in a big way. Big way you're letting some things go over the next 30 days. I think it's going to ultimately let you feel, you're going to feel a lot more refreshed. But it's definitely a time. Yeah, gotta release. Let's get into a manifestation message here for you on all of this. Yeah, practice gratitude. This is important for all of us, I'll tell you. You know, last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice that energy of gratitude, release what you don't need, be grateful for the lessons, for whatever it is that's good that you've got in your life as maybe a result of it. Sagittarius energy to me is about expansion, right? It's about the journey. It's about what's coming next. It's the next adventure. It's, you know, just being happy in the moment. It really is. And it's learning. There's a lot of learning that goes with Sagittarius energy. To me, the Sagittarius is the eternal student. It's always learning, always growing, always experiencing something new and using that as part of their of their life lessons. A lot of lessons in spirituality that come with Sagittarius. They really are. All right, Scorpio. Great read. Really great read. Take good care of yourselves and be good to yourself. Be good to yourself this full moon. All right, Sagittarius. I can't believe we're already Sag. And I saw I saw Strawberry Rhubarb pop in. Good to see you, hun. I'm really glad you're here. Oh, I appreciate you too, Gwen. It's great to see everybody. I really appreciate y'all hanging in with me, even though I was gone for a long time. But, you know, everybody always says that they're, you know, whenever I need to take a break, they're like, don't take your break. We'll be here when you get back. So it's really great to see you when I get back. It's really nice. All right. Sagittarius. Full moon in Aries is a great one for you. This is your reading for the full moon in Aries 2022. We're going to check out and see what kind of messages are coming in for you on and around these lunar cycles. Full moons are powerful. I think the moon sign in astrology is just really important. I really do, because the moon sign in some ways can be almost more important than the sun, because the moon is so much our subconscious desires, goals, and needs that if we're not meeting the needs of the moon sign, we're not going to be happy on the surface either. So, you know, learning and knowing about your moon sign, it's always a big deal. And those lunar energies, they move us a lot stronger than we realize. They really do. So let's get into it, Saggy. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us our beautiful Sagittarians anything that they need to know for this Aries full moon of 2022. Past, present, future full moon cycles, please, for our Saggies. Wow, okay. I shuffled these good too. And you and Scorpio are sharing some energies here. This is interesting. Backward and forward. If you've got a Scorpio in your life or some Scorpio in your chart, you know, your Scorpios should watch Sag and Sag should watch Scorpio readings on this, okay? Immediate past. What do you need to release? I feel like, you know, Scorpio's coming into this energy where you're kind of going out of this energy. This is your immediate last 30 days, okay? So you've been releasing a lot. You've been letting go of a lot. Woo, Sagittarius. I mean, this can happen on a lot of levels, right? This can happen on the levels of, like, I've decluttered my home, I've decluttered my mind, I've cleared out my heart. You know, it's like all of that. What is it that you've been needing to let go of? And I feel like you've been in a process of that this last 30 days. This is a good time for it too with the Mercury Retrograde. It's definitely a time where you release quite a bit. Yeah, because you're making the way for future growth here. And Sagittarius, you know that. You know that. That's a beautiful energy. Waxing and waning. It's like I'm letting go of one thing to increase growth for this other thing that I know is going to be even better coming forward. Very, very nice. You're sharing the same card as Scorpio right in the center for this full moon in Aries coming in. Hold your vision. The fixed moon. And you're a mutable sign, Saggy. You know, so sometimes, it can be a little bit of a challenge to fix your vision like that and kind of really be stubborn about it because you're pretty flexible. It's like, oh, I'm doing this thing. But then another thing comes up. You're like, oh, I'll go do that thing, right? But this is kind of telling you, don't go do the other thing. Really, really stay true to whatever your current goal is. Whatever it is that you really want to get done. Don't turn it loose. Don't turn it loose. Hold on to what you know is really right for you. If it doesn't feel right for you, you can let it go. But if it feels like, yeah, I really want to do that, even if you encounter some delays, challenges, instead of just saying, oh, this is more trouble than it's worth, stick to it. Stick to it. If you really believe in it, stick to it. and have faith. Look at this. I'm saying something beautiful is growing, because in the past you had the growth card. In the present with this full moon, you got the worm moon. That's a March full moon. The faith card, have faith, persevere, don't give up, right? You can't push the river. Things are going to take as long as they're going to take, but they're going to be worth it once they get there. March may be a very powerful month for you, Sagittarius. Just pointing that out, you know, next March 2023. And that's when a lot of these heavier energies that we're experiencing in the end of the year are really going to be over. Like, I just, as an astrologer, I do feel that March next year is really going to be a big hurdle that we overcome for, like, all of us. It's actually going to be really nice. Going into the immediate future, check it out. We've got a new start is coming, new moon. And it's interesting because, you know, Scorpio had the same exact cards in the Moonology deck with just this one and the waning moon cards flipped. So it's very interesting. New energies, new beginnings on the way, coming and going. Fabulous, fabulous energy. Let's get into a clarifier on this one. What is coming through with this new moon for Sagittarius, please? Yeah. Might be, like, again, I've said it, you know, and I'm feeling a little bit of this undercurrent for a lot of our folks is, you know, the long night's moon, that darkness moon. This is the full moon of December. And it is really it can indicate a little bit of the dark night of the soul, but it also, look at that. We got our little bunny rabbit. And to me, our little bunny rabbit is a symbol of abundance, magic, shape-shifting, transformations, and, you know, overall abundance, good outcomes, right? Greater luck. Rabbits are always a lucky energy. So I really do feel like you might be moving between worlds. You know, the rabbit energy really brings that. The rabbit's also very connected with lunar energy. So, you know, those lunar energies are very empowered here. You might be feeling like your new beginnings are kind of a little bit lonely, like you might be working on something kind of by yourself. But at the same time, I feel like even if it's a little difficult, even if it takes a little time, that abundance is growing. You've got those abundance symbols through this. The growth card, the faith card, little bunny rabbit in our long night's moon. Really nice. Let's get some tarot on this, please, for Sagittarius. Let's deepen these messages up. It's really good outcomes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you've been clearing out a lot. And I think a lot of it, too, is just letting go of excess baggage in your mind as well. Immature thoughts, idle gossip, things that don't really matter, you know, things that you don't need to worry about. That's really a big thing that's been cleared out here, you know. Anything that's kind of hindering your focus. Yeah. Yeah, Six of Wands. And anything that's been blocking your success, you know. Thinking about things in a new way has been really important, you know. And you got to clear out the old thoughts to make way for the new. Sagittarius does that their whole life. They do that a lot. And that is part of their mutable nature, right? They're very flexible spiritually and emotionally, and, you know, just kind of in their life path. It's like they might believe something, and they might believe it really, really strongly for part of their life. But if better information, new information, or something that resonates with them stronger comes along, they'll let it go and go, you know, that was then, this is now. I've learned something better and something new, and so I'm going to go for that, you know. So that they're very supple spiritually that way. On top of the worm moon and the hold your vision is the Two of Wands. Again, you know, I do feel like there's new energy coming through, new portals, new doorways opening for you. You know, you really, and this could be, you know, for some of you, it might be alone. For some of you, it might be with a partner. Overall, I do feel like this is more like for yourself than necessarily a partnership, but take it as it resonates for your situation here. These are general. Yeah, could be partnership with a Capricorn even. Capricorn or Aries, you know, that's some energies there. You know, devil card is always to me like don't let bad habits enslave you, right? Don't let bad habits get the best of you, right? Don't let that, you know, hold you down. And like I said, you know, with that fix your vision, it's like if it's not good for you, let it go. But if it feels like it's ringing true for you, hold on to it. So that's really knowing the difference, right? The devil is knowing the difference between, is this healthy for me? Is this a healthy habit or a routine? Or is it something I need to go? You know, something I need to release. Devil energy can be a little bit of that workaholic too, because that Capricorn, it's like I'm a slave to my job kind of feeling, you know. So don't hold on to something that makes you feel that way. Going into the immediate future, look at that beautiful Ace of Wands. So like I said, you know, brand new, beautiful lease on life, new powerful beginnings, fiery new energies, you know. To me, Ace of Wands is like putting that stick in the ground, like, this is me, I'm on the map, I'm doing my thing, I'm not letting anybody dissuade me from what I know is right for me. That's all, it always feels that way. Even though it's really, you know, the aces are the hand of spirit giving you a big gift, right? And the Ace of Wands is new fire, new energy. For Sagittarius, new fire energy is always great because you're a fire sign. Let's get a clarifier on the Ace of Wands, please. Yeah, you got that bunny rabbit magic happening. I felt two coming up on top of this, so I took them both. And look at that. We got our Seven of Pentacles and our Queen of Pentacles. So you might be partnering with a Capricorn. It wouldn't surprise me. The long night moon is the full moon that happens during Capricorn season. Queen of Pentacles is my little Capricorn queen. There's our little bunny rabbit again. You know, we got bunny happening in these cards. We got rabbits. So I do feel like, you know, there's some kind of new transformation, some kind of new abundance. You're shape-shifting out of an old reality into a new one. You know, some people, I really don't like it when I hear people talk about rabbits are a symbol of fear or nervousness. I have 3 rabbits, and they're not nervous or fearful creatures. They're cautious. They're careful, right? They're very intuitive. They're very, very aware of their surroundings. And that's what I feel with, you know, with the bunny. And, you know, with the Capricorn queen, you know, she's very aware of changes to her money, changes to her circumstances, and she knows how to adjust accordingly. But yeah, you're going to be definitely working. And there may be a big new job coming in. That could be a very big possibility. The bottom of the deck is great here, Sag. Look at that Star card and the 10 of Wands. So I really feel like, you know, a hard, burdensome cycle is coming to the end here. And, you know, faith and hope are being restored. There's a lot of freedom, you know, coming in for you, personal freedom and growth. Let's get a manifestation card. Let's summarize this reading for you. Yes. Stay down to earth. Stay down to earth. Be humble is your message here. First quarter moon in Leo. So remember your self-worth. Remember your confidence. But stay humble. Stay grounded. Stay relatable. Stay compassionate with yourself and others. Good energy there. There's a lot of fire flying around right now, isn't there? Oh my goodness. All right. Our sign of the hour. Yes, yes. Always happy to see Capricorn in the house. Oh, yeah. Hello, my fellow Capricorns. I hope you're doing great. This is going to be your full moon in Aries messages of 2022. Capricorn, I will say that the Aries full moon can sometimes bring a little pressure, a little friction to your sign because it is a square to the Capricorns. Puts a little bit of that pressure on us. Gets us feeling a little motivated though. Squares on are always a bad thing. You know, they're not always a bad thing. They are pressure, they are friction. They can be challenging, but they also get us moving. They get us motivated to act and to move forward. So lights a little fire under our goat tail. It does. It gets us moving up that mountain, maybe just a little faster. We're like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the pace. So Capricorn, let's see what we have. If you've been here with me before, you know that I do a past, present, future layout with the lunar oracle and the tarot. So we're going to get a nice full picture of your messages, what's been, you know, going on in the last 30 days since the last full moon, what's coming in tonight presently with the Aries full moon, and what we're looking at in the near future, the next 30 days or so, building up to the full moon in Taurus next month. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, let's see what we have for our amazing Capricorns out there. Whatever they need to see for their best for this full moon in Aries 2022. That card has been coming up a lot, y'all. I'm saying it is really strong for you, Capricorn. It's strong for a lot of people, and I really do feel that it is largely due to our Mercury retrograde last month. Nothing will come of this situation. The void of course moon for the last 30 days. I know I've been feeling this one, and I bet you a lot of people have been. I have been definitely feeling like I haven't got a lot done. You know, that it's kind of like things are okay, but haven't been like super, super productive. So definitely Capricorn. And you know, Capricorns hate to not feel productive. So that definitely, that's one that will bother you guys. Like if you feel like, oh, I haven't done as much as I should. Work has been kind of sluggish. Things have been kind of slow. It's really bugging you. But let it go. It's okay. It is truly okay. I think that if the energy just isn't there to push things forward, we should not beat ourselves up because we didn't push them forward. Let's get a clarifier on this for you guys. Yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe Capricorn, you've been feeling like, oh, I should have been creating, I should have been doing this, I should have been doing that. That's definitely something you might have been feeling. But it's also something where I think that if you kind of reflect on what you've been, you know, feeling for the last month or so, you've probably been doing a lot of inner work on what it is that you really want to create, what it is that you want to see more of. And I would also say, because that Beaver full moon, that is the Taurus full moon, and that's the full moon we'll have next month in November. Once that comes through, Capricorn, I feel like you're going to feel more productive. Taurus full moon is really, really positive for you. In the current energy, present energy of the Aries full moon for you, Capricorn, you have your commitments being tested, first quarter moon. So like I said, you know, the Aries full moon can be a little more challenging. It can bring up that friction, bring up that pressure. And this could be commitment to anything, whether it's a job, a relationship, your personal goals, whatever it is. You might feel like you're kind of halfway through something and it's like, should I turn back now or keep on pushing on? Should I keep going with this or not, right? So there's definitely something inside of yourself that's being challenged. Not a surprise. Not a surprise when you have the moon squaring your sign, because it's kind of challenging your subconscious. You're like, oh, should I stay or should I go? Should I keep working on this or should I scrap it? Remember your power, Capricorn. Oh, yeah, that's important. The only thing that really can knock Capricorn off their stride is forgetting how strong, resilient, powerful, how good they are at manifesting, how good they are at creating things. This is one of the most powerful cards of the deck, the Queen of the Moon herself, the Sovereignty card. So Capricorn, even if you've got all these things you're questioning, remember, you usually do make good decisions. You are a master manifester. Don't let anyone knock you off of your throne or take you out of your personal power. And if something that you're debating, continuing, or doing is something that does kind of undermine your personal power or growth, that's a clear sign that that's the thing that should be let go. If it improves or increases your power or your personal, you know, self-esteem or good feelings about yourself, then that's the things to hold on to. Going into the future, we have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So movement, action, activity. I would say especially the next 3 weeks or so, Capricorn, before the Mars retrograde hits. But also don't forget, you know, Capricorn, we are going to be coming out of the Saturn retrograde, and that's going to really improve things for you. I think that actually happens at the end of the month. So yeah, funny enough, Capricorn, you know, Saturn is going to go direct, yeah, on October 23rd. So you are going to start feeling a whole lot better. Even though we got the Mars retrograde happening and that's no hot shakes, I really do feel that Saturn going direct is going to be very good for you. So time to take action, Capricorn. This next month, you might have felt like you were kind of stuck in the mud for a while, but now the energy has shifted for you personally, and I do feel that you're ready to start going. You're ready to start doing some things. That's a nice sign ahead. Both of the most powerful cards of the deck showed up from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Look at that. We had the Queen of the Moon and we have the Full Moon Power card. So Capricorn, time to harness your personal power. It's time to just, you know, brush on by anyone or anything that undermines your personal power or growth, because that's not where you want to be. Like I said, that's the only thing that can kind of undermine Capricorn, is they can kind of get down, moody, depressed, defeatist, you know, kind of go, ah, it's not going to work out anyway, you know. So don't surround yourself with naysayers like that. You know, constructive criticism is always a good thing, but people that are just dragging you down because they're jealous or whatever it is never good. So make sure that you're not entertaining anybody like that. Let them go. Step into your personal power. This is beautiful read, Capricorn. Let's get into some tarot. Let's deepen these messages for you guys. Yeah, there's been a lot of stress. There's been a lot of anxiety. I absolutely get it. Preaching to the choir here for us Capricorns. 9 of Swords. I do feel like you've been very stressed. And most of it is because you haven't felt particularly productive. Like you just haven't felt like you've been getting a whole lot done. And it's like, you would think that that would be a good thing, like rest, relaxation, recovery. But Capricorns get stressed about that. So it's like... it's time to let that stress go. And whatever it is that's been happening in your life, whatever it is that's kind of, you know, in the back of your mind, that's been giving you a lot of anxiety or depression or sadness, sleepless nights, it's time to release that, Capricorn. Yes, and you've been really feeling stuck in it this past month. Oh my gosh, yeah. Absolutely. This 8 of Swords, you know, that's that feeling of like, I'm stuck in this feeling of anxiety, depression, and I don't feel like I can get myself out of it. But the reality is that you can. You really can set yourself free from this. And I do feel like you're doing that now. I really do. Look at this. We've got the 6 of Swords in the present energy of this Aries full moon. That sparks you into action. And you may feel like you've got to let everything go. I mean, these folks have left everything behind for that new start, for that new beginning. And so you may feel like you've really just gotta release, you know, but really you're going to a better place. It's like, let me go to a better place with no stress, with no anxieties, with no drama, right? With no difficult people that I've constantly got to fight with for my own peace of mind. I really feel like that's what you're turning loose and moving towards. Wow. Yeah, and the 9 of Pentacles is coming up here. So I feel like you're choosing yourself, right? This to me is just a classic combination of choosing yourself. It's like I'm letting go of any associations that bring me nothing but stress, drama, anxiety, and headaches. I'm going in a more positive direction. I'm choosing myself. 9 of Pentacles is all about, you know, doing work that you're proud of, feeling the you know, the benefit of all your work, a harvest coming in, money might be starting to improve, Capricorn. Yeah, work starting to improve, feeling just a lot more like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I've got my goals, I've got it set. And in this immediate future, there is an emotional moving forward. Knight of Cups. I feel like, you know, love is moving forward. Someone might be traveling to see you. You might be traveling to see them. Someone you love might be kind of on the road or, you know, moving around a lot. On any of the above, strong Pisces energy. So sometimes that can be like a new love interest or somebody that's very seductive coming in to sweep you off your feet. Capricorn does not get swept off their feet very easily. So if it is somebody new coming in for you, Capricorn, they've really got to bring their A game. And they've also got to consistently show their A game. Like they might think, ah, yes, I'm going to like win Capricorn over. And you're just kind of like, let's see what you got for a while, buddy. I need to see what you really are made of. You're not going to win me that easy, even if you're pretty awesome looking at the onset. So let's get a clarifier on the Knight of Cups, please. Yeah. Woo! Capricorn. For some of you, it might be new love, but I'm actually getting a really strong feeling this might be somebody wanting a second chance with you, because the Judgment is a card of second chances. It is a card of Phoenix from the ashes. Could be a Pisces or a Scorpio or somebody with those traits very strongly in their chart coming back in and going, hey, how you been? And you're like, I've been fine. Oh my God, look what's on the bottom. We got the Judgment card again. Okay. This is a time of second chances, rebirths, renewals, 10 of cups. Oh my goodness. So Capricorn, somebody might be coming in for a second chance at like the whole deal with you. Like they want the whole rainbow with you. They want that happiness. Oh my goodness. Let's new beginnings in love, Capricorn. New beginnings in love. Let's get a manifestation card. What's the overall message for Capricorn for this full moon reading, please? There we go. Very nice card. You know, this is a good message for me too, being a goat. Being a goat. Practice gratitude. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Focus on the things that you really are happy about and don't focus so much on the things that are challenging. It's really easy for any of us to do that. But this is really saying the more that you focus on the good things in your life, the more of those you're going to attract. So Capricorn, direct your thoughts well. You're learning something new. You're learning some big spiritual lessons, some big overreaching life lessons, because Sagittarius is expansive. It breaks down the walls and it goes to new heights. It's very pioneering. So this could be you really learning some big new stuff, and being willing and able to change your mind, right? To let go of old thoughts and attitudes that really aren't serving you and embracing ones that are more positive and more productive. Good time to keep a gratitude journal. Just write down things each day that you're happy about, grateful for. All that's really good for you right now, because it's helping to take you further away from that Nine of Swords energy, which is a lot of worry, regret, you know, overthinking things. And it's not bringing you any happiness. It's not bringing you any joy to do that. Yeah, it's a time to heal. It's a time to heal, and it has a lot to do with your personal willpower. Capricorns have big time willpower. Oof. They're one of those things, if you build it, they will come. That's a Capricorn for you. They're like, if I put this here, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do it. Wow. All right, we're down to our last two signs, guys. Aquarius is up next. Hope you guys are doing great, Aquarius. This is your reading for the full moon in Aries of 2022. Past, present, future messages. So that's going to include the last 30 days from our last full moon, present energies of the full moon coming in tonight, and what that will manifest over the next 30 days till our next full moon. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians and ancestors, let's see what we've got for our fabulous Aquarius folks. Anything they need to see for this Aries full moon of 2022, please. We're getting a lot of that card. Yes, we are. A new start is coming into the last 30 days. There has definitely been some new energy, new things, new projects, new interest, fresh new doors opening for you, Aquarius. I think that's very positive overall. Let's please clarify this for you. And it is time to balance as well, Aquarius. You know, maybe you've been working too hard, or maybe you hadn't been working hard enough. Whatever it is that had been out of balance in your life, you know, I think these new influences have been bringing a greater sense of balance, right? If you hadn't been very happy or you hadn't been very fulfilled with what you were doing day in and day out, you know, this can really bring in that feeling of like, yeah, bringing that back into balance, life, work balance, that kind of thing. I always get a strong Libra energy from this too. You know, this almost looks like scales, and Libra is a very balancing energy. Because it's an older woman on the card as well, I always feel like that is a symbol of like wisdom, or maybe you've learned something, you know, it might have taken a little time to learn it, but you're getting there. You're getting that message. Into the immediate energy of the Aries full moon, I would say relax, meditate, and contemplate with this new moon in Pisces card, Aquarius. Don't overthink, don't overstress, don't take on too much, right? Don't bite off more than you can chew, kind of thing. This is definitely more of an energy of being at peace, doing some meditation, some reflection. Maybe take a nice long walk, do some yoga, stretch and breathe. Let's get a clarifier for this one, please. And yes, trust in the process. Aquarius is a very analytical sign. It's an air sign, so they really do have a tendency, like all air signs, to overthink and over worry and over analyze things. So I would say that this egg moon, I love the egg moon, that is the full moon of April. That's the month that the egg moon happens in. But this is saying trust. Trust that spirit has you protected. Trust that the right things will work out in time for you. Don't stress out. That's the big message here with this full moon in Aries coming in, is don't stress out. Don't worry about how, what, when, where, why. It's all going to work out. Just know that it will, and it will work out to your best. Going into the future, we have conclusions are within reach, the full moon eclipse. We do have a big solar eclipse happening at the end of the month in Scorpio, right? So we are in that eclipse time, and eclipses are very powerful. And I do feel like with eclipse energy, like certain pinnacles are being reached, certain things are being understood for you, Aquarius. And I feel like there's something that you've wanted, you know, some closure or conclusion or resolve around. And I feel like that is on the way for you. Let's get into, that may not happen till November, you know, because I believe we will have a full moon eclipse after the solar. We usually do. I'll check that and get back to you with that. But let's get a clarifier on this card. Boundaries. You know, this is an interesting one too. You may be dealing with someone else's boundaries or your own. You might be kind of recognizing and realizing, you know, what you can handle, what you cannot. I'm just going to say, the egg moon also had that little bubble, that little protective bubble. And I really feel like there is this need for you to as well trust in yourself here, Aquarius, and trust that the universe will protect you. You might feel kind of vulnerable, and that's maybe why that imagery is coming up again. You know, it's that feeling like, might be feeling a little vulnerable, a little bit shaky, a little bit scared, a little bit nervous about something. And it's that reminder that you are protected, that you are cared for, right? Let's get into some tarot for Aquarius. Deepen these messages for them, please. Yeah, there's a lot of change. There's a lot of things that are moving and shaking. Over this past month, maybe you have felt a little bit defensive, yes, with the Seven of Wands. But I do feel like you've been kind of learning how to balance, like, what battles are worth fighting in your life. Not all battles are worth engaging in, you know, and the Seven of Wands really tells us that, right? Because, you know, sometimes there's people actually holding those sticks and coming at you, but sometimes those sticks are just stuck in the ground and there's really nothing to battle. There's nothing to fight. So don't fight over every little feeling. Don't fight over every little perceived slight, Aquarius. It's not worth that energy. Pick your battles wisely is what I'm feeling. You know, the last 30 days you've really been learning this. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. This could have something to do, honestly, with money or with work. Maybe you feel like you haven't been getting your what you're worth. You know, maybe there's some back pay that you really want to get, and you've been feeling like you're in a tussle, maybe with your boss, or maybe with someone, you know, that's in a position of authority to give that to you. But I do feel with the Ace of Pentacles, you know, it is something that is owed to you and you will get eventually, right? That's the feeling I have with that. Right in the center, yeah, there's some big transformations. There's some big changes. We have the death card, Scorpio energy. So to me, there is something that's being released, maybe something that's being let go of. Sometimes, you know, sometimes the death card is actual death, but more often it is a transformation that's going on within us, right? So trust the process. Don't stress out about it too much. That's what I would really say with this. It's like if something is transforming inside you, don't let it like upset you. Just know that, like, you know, one state of being is changing and something better is on the horizon. The sun is rising, you know, in the distance on that death card always. Seven of Cups, and it may be, you know, that you have options unfolding before you. There could be some choices. Seven of Cups many times tells me that, you know, you don't want to procrastinate, right? There's some kind of decision that needs to be made. Don't worry too much about it. Do your due diligence. Study what's in each of the card, but then make your decision. It's very much what that's about. It's a lot of options being presented. Going into the immediate future here, Aquarius, I do feel that you might be putting down a boundary with somebody that isn't very nice to you. Somebody that, you know, maybe consistently again and again, like, you know, takes you down a bad path. Like, you know, it's like, don't hang out with that fake friend who like always does something risky or kind of, you know, maybe even halfway illegal, and they leave you holding the bag, right? That is not what you want or need. This is the kind of personality or individual that to me is very narcissistic. They win at all costs. They don't really care who they step on to get where they're going. And that is the kind of personality you really do want to guard against. You might be letting go of someone or something like that. Or it's like, is this person really my friend? It's like every time we hang out, it's like, I feel like, you know, they're either putting me down or they're putting me in a situation to lose so that they can win, or they're, you know, not being so nice. They're always leaving me holding the bag, and not sure if I should stay or should go with this. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Like, you have to be careful with people like that. That's always what I feel with the Five of Pentacles. So Aquarius, definitely guard yourself against people that are just consistently hurtful or consistently leading you to a place where you stand to either lose money, lose your reputation, lose the good things that you feel like you have in your life, because it's simply not worth it, right? Or if they're very stingy with their emotions, like they just aren't very kind. That's a thing. Or stingy with themselves, you know, just don't really give that much. On the bottom, we have the Star card, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So I really feel like you're bringing your personal power into balance. It's time for you to really enjoy your life a little bit more too. I really do get that sense that it's been a little bit of like all work and no play. It's time to bring more love into your situation. It's time to be kinder to yourself and others, especially the ones that have proven themselves to be very loyal time and again. And don't stress out. Don't stress out about how things are going to shake out. Some things are really transforming. Some things are going away, but other good things are coming in. So let's get into a manifestation message. What is the overall meaning of this full moon cycle for you? Ooh, yeah, Aquarius. Look at that. And I got to pull the one on the bottom for you. This is the first time I felt like I needed to do that. So the one on the top, Taurus energy, detoxify, full moon in Taurus. And the full moon in Taurus is coming next month. You may feel it even stronger next month because it is in Scorpio season. And look what was on the bottom, the full moon in Scorpio. breathe through the tension. If you're feeling the tension, again, meditate, contemplate, reflect, relax. Do not stress out over it so much. Don't let it take you down a negative path. Breathe through the tension. Do some healing work. Talk to a trusted counselor or friend. You are detoxifying something in your personal life, though. I really feel like it's either a friend or a coworker. That's what I really get, is there's this sense of like, there's somebody or something, you know, that's just, they're not the most positive. You feel kind of like on your guard with. They might like owe you back pay or something. That's why I feel like it's really kind of a job situation, employment situation. There might be something they need to come through on. Yeah, don't keep hanging out with somebody that keeps putting you or themselves in positions where something really bad could happen. This is a feeling like they don't really care if they risk your like health or sanity. They you know, all they care about is themselves and getting what they want, having their fun at your expense. Ooh. So Aquarius, good read, but take good care of yourself, I will say, you know, but don't stress over it. Just take the action you need to take. All right, guys, last read of the night. We've got our Pisces, folks. This is going to be your reading for the full moon in Aries tonight, Pisces. I hope you guys are doing great. So if you've been with me before, this is going to be all about the past, present, and future alignments of that full moon. So what's been going on with you the last 30 days or so since the last full moon? What's coming in for you with this Aries full moon right now? And how that's going to unfold the next 30 days. So let's see what we have. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, and ancestors, please show us what you've got for our beautiful Pisces for this full moon in Aries 2022. Anything they need for their highest and best. I feel like I just got emotional. I swear, Pisces, you guys. And there's a lot of similar energies to the Aquarius reading here. Very similar. It's wild when these come up, even though I shuffle them. It's like, it's a little flipped around, just like the, there were a couple other signs earlier, Scorpio and Sag. They were flipped around, but this is similar to Aquarius. Yeah, I've just felt like a wave of emotion when I started doing the Pisces reading. Immediate past, the last 30 days, meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So this last 30 days, yeah, it might have been feeling very reflective, very moody, very emotional, not very solid, not very solid. Even though that is kind of your realm, Pisces, it's your own energy, it's your own card coming up. It's really been a time that I hope you guys have been relaxing a little bit more, not pushing or stressing yourselves out too much, because this is certainly a card that says, you know, don't stress out too much about things. Don't worry too much about it. And we have had that Mercury retrograde this last month. So I've picked up on a lot of that for people that they maybe haven't felt super productive. They felt like they're just kind of, you know, treading water, just kind of doing the best they can with a sluggish energy. A lot of processing, which is normal. That's very normal to happen during a Mercury retrograde. Let's get a clarifier, please. Yeah, long dark night of the soul. Yeah, a lot of people have had this card too with that long night moon. That's our Capricorn full moon, you know, Capricorn season full moon, which would be the full moon in Cancer, the darkness card, right? Could be a feeling of a long dark night of the soul. Even if you have partnership in your life, Pisces, you might have felt very lonesome this last month. Like you're really just doing all this process on your own, very much in your own head and your own energy. You know, it's like even if other people want to help, you don't feel like they really can help you. It's kind of like they might say, can I do anything for you? You're like, not really. I've got to get through this on my own. That's the only way I can do it. But like I said, I love my little bunny because my bunny is my symbol of prosperity, hope, a light in the dark, moving through the worlds, right? You're transitioning, transcending. Pisces is a sign of transcendence into the immediate present energy of the full moon in Aries. We have a new start is coming. This card has been coming up a lot. A lot tonight. So I do feel like people are very focused on those new beginnings. Aries full moon to me is a new kind of beginning, because Aries is that first sign of the zodiac. It really does represent new beginnings, you know, fresh new start. And so I feel like Pisces, you really like, yeah, I've cleared a lot of old energies. It's time for a fresh new beginning. You probably feel a little energized, you know, towards that direction as well. It's very nice. Let's get a clarifier, please. What new beginnings are coming through for Pisces? I think that your willpower is coming to the forefront. You're going to be a lot more bold, a lot more decisive about what you want here, Pisces. Whereas before you might have been, you know, a lot more fluid and flexible and maybe letting people push you around. This card of the will is kind of exerting itself in here and going, no, here's what I want. Here's what I need. I'm going to use my willpower to get what I want, to go where I want, to make these new starts really happen. But you have to stick to it, right? It's like you have to make your mind up and really be like, nope, I'm going to be doing it. Gonna really do it. Not going to let somebody convince me otherwise. Into the immediate future, full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Aquarius had the same card in the same position in their reading. So I do feel like, you know, this solar eclipse that's coming in at the end of the month is very powerful for you. Let me also find out, because usually when we have one of those, we have a lunar eclipse, you know, not long after. So I'm gonna check and see when that's happening. Yeah, full moon lunar eclipse is going to be November the 9th, 8th. Yeah, November 8th, early morning. 8th for some people, 9th for some. But yes, that's when our lunar eclipse will happen. So you might really be feeling it around that beginning of November there, Pisces. That could be a very powerful time of conclusions, completions, cycles really coming full circle, and you feeling like you have the answers that you need. Let me get some clarity on this. What will be revealed for Pisces? I think it's going to help you to see where it is you really want to go. All right, that's where you really, it's like there's that assessment card. Taking out that telescope, taking out the binoculars, looking into the future and saying, here's where I want to go. Here's where I want to direct myself next. That's what it's going to reveal. It's like, what's your next step? What's the next plan? What's the next adventure that you're getting ready to have? Let's get some tarot on this, Pisces. Let's please deepen these messages up for you. Same layout, past, present, future. Yeah, yeah, don't let the stress get you though. There's definitely something you're moving past, moving behind. I would say that this last 30 days, if it has been, if it's been challenging, if you've been feeling like, you know, things haven't been really getting done and things have been very, very, kind of ambiguous and vague, it's really because you've put in a lot of effort and a lot of work and you've been waiting for things to come to you. That's fine. You know, that's totally fine. Like you've kind of been like, okay, you know, I've done a lot of work. Let the ships come to me. Let the things that are meant to be mine come to me without me having to stress out a whole lot about them. Yeah, and I also feel like you might have really been putting your phone on silent a little bit more, Pisces, this last 30 days, because, you know, anybody that like stirs up trouble or gossip or drama, you're like, I don't want to hear it. This is also Gemini energy. It's very youthful. It can be very immature. It's a lot of information being brought your way, and you're like, I don't need that. Bye. You know, like if that's what people have been bringing to you, you're just like, no, I'm good. Like you don't want to entertain that. Right in the center, on top of the new moon, and the willpower card, we have that Queen of Wands. So to me, yeah, if anyone's very assertive about their self-worth, their confidence, their self-esteem, it's her. And so I do feel, Pisces, you know, what's coming in with this full moon for you tonight is a greater sense of self-worth, of confidence, of trusting yourself, believing in your own magic, being generous with your heart, being generous with your emotions and your care, but also realizing your self-worth, right? Also understanding that you have a lot of power and you deserve to feel good about yourself. Ten of Pentacles, guys. Yeah, I mean, you're going to be very determined to get what you want, right? And I don't think you're going to budge from it. You know, like I said, Queen of Wands is a Leo energy, and Leo is a fixed sign. They really don't change much once they've made up their mind. And I think that you're really determining that's like, no, I want greater abundance. I want greater loyalty. I want to feel like I've got solid ground beneath my feet. That's the Ten of Pentacles, right? And that's what you're going to work towards. That's what you're really determining for yourself. It's like, no, this is what I want. It's like, get on board or get off the ship. I don't need dead weight. Going into the future here, Pisces. That's why I kind of winced a little bit. I saw that Nine of Swords come out and I said, you know, it's like you got to not let the anxieties, because you may still have questions about where am I going? What am I doing? That assessment card really says that. It's like you're really kind of saying, well, where's the next adventure? Where's the next, you know, course? Where's the next step on my journey? And you really don't want to let that turn into stress or anxiety. And I know that that kind of thing can be kind of anxiety inducing, because people don't generally like a lot of change unless we planned for it and really wanted it. And there's our King of Pentacles. Yeah, and so I do feel, yeah, there's a little stubbornness. It's like, I don't really want to change. I don't really want to, you know, let go of a whole lot. You might have to let go of some things, so don't let it stress you out too much. You really are very focused on building something solid for yourself, Pisces. That's what I really got. You got King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles. And like both of those are very strong. Interestingly enough, you know, King of Pentacles is a Taurus energy. Our Taurus full moon is what's coming up, you know, next month. We're really going to feel it. We're really going to feel it. You're really going to feel it. Yeah, there are some things that are going to be leaving, but it's for a good reason. It's for a good cause. It's really ultimately to bring you back to stability. It really is. You know, you're letting something go. You're letting something go over this 30-day cycle with this Eight of Cups on the bottom. Anything that's not, yeah, because you're going to the Nine. Look at that. Letting go of the Eight of Cups for the Nine of Cups. There you go. It's like, I want that ninth cup of wish fulfillment. Right? There's the missing cup right there. Where can I go find my 9? Yeah. That's beautiful. Because what comes after the 9 is the 10, right? That's the ultimate wish fulfillment. I feel like that's where you're going. It's like you're on that journey to fulfilling some of those goals, those wishes and those desires. And it does take a lot of willpower to kind of stick to it and say, yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm not going to let anybody change my mind this time. Or trying to talk me out of it and be like, nah, you don't really want, here, accept less. You're like, I don't want less. I want what I want. Let's get a manifestation card for you, Pisces. Let's see what we have got for you. What's the summarization of all this? The summary. Ooh, feel like 2 are coming out. So I'm going to take them both. Oh, wow. Pisces. New moon in Gemini. Think it through, right? You know, do the due diligence, communicate well, right? This could be new communication styles and new communication coming in for you as well. And the second card I felt was the full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check, you know, and that's what I feel like. Think it through, look at the reality of a situation so that you know what you're really dealing with. It's hard for Pisces always because they are a sign that rules fantasy, mysticism, and dreams. So many times they will see things more as they imagine or hope that they will be rather than as they really are. So yeah, definitely do the little reality check and say, here's what I'm really dealing with. And that way you can really go for it, which is the card on the bottom of the deck. We had the new moon in Aries, right? So then you can take action. But communicate clearly, check what you're really dealing with, and then you'll be ready to move forward. It's a very nice read. It is. All right, sweethearts. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was wonderful to be back with y'all. And I hope your full moon is beautiful and the month ahead will be very good. Like I said, our planetary stuff is kind of eh. It's eh the rest of the year, in my opinion. So the next 3 weeks will probably be some of the best time to make bigger moves or do bigger things. Because after that, when Mars goes into retrograde, it's going to be a little bit like molasses. You know, we're going to be moving slowly. That's my feeling. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Go get something good to eat if you're hungry, or get some sleep if you're sleepy. Good to see you, Gypsy Rose. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you, Daisy, Marie. I see y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night, folks. And I'll be seeing you again soon. Fragging out. Take care.